So we were talking about boys, right? And virginity and how you would approach it with the youngers and how they get, in a sense, I guess. I feel like it's like men are given like, don't go have sex with that girl, but you're a man, show your dick. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like when they come home, their dad is like, so did you get laid?
Yeah.
Like,
right?
Okay.
I mean, how many guys, I don't know, but I actually know a few guys whose dads bought them hookers.
Really?
Yeah, for their virginity.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean,
they have an episode about that in Californication.
Oh, what a great show.
I love that show.
But that is, okay, so you know what I think? The David Duchovny character there, I think that character is what real men are like. I think if you allowed men to be men and they didn't feel they had to. So I was there's a lot of the guys I seem to like, they put this facade on, right? It's almost like I like to break through the facade, you know? But like they put this facade on. And I feel like the reason people put these facades on, women do it too, but we do it because we're told we're supposed to be something, right? I think men just aren't emotional like women. So if men could be as blunt as they want, like think about your partner. If your partner could say whatever the fuck they want to you without you be like, or even maybe if you just cry, they just want to be, but they can't handle it because men are like, oh my God, emotions. Oh my God, emotions. Oh my God,
I don't know how to handle this.
Exactly. Like, what am I going to do? So it's like they'd rather just not say it, but then it's like pent up aggression.
Absolutely.
Right? Right?
Yes.
It's like they're mad. They're angry. Like, well, you don't want. How many guys have told you this? Well, I tried to do this because you said it, but you can't actually tell me what you want. I did this for you. And you're like, well, like I was talking to my therapist one day, right? And I said, I'm mad at him because he did this, this, and this. And she goes, okay, but what did he actually do to you? And I was like, she's right. I'm angry at him doing all this stuff, but it is nothing to me.
Wait, what? My whole life has just been rocked. Like, there's something wrong with me.
There's something wrong with all of us.
We're crazy.
That's what we need. Yeah, that's what we need to understand, right? Yeah. Is there something, but like, so like we sit here and like, I feel like right now as women, as just, not even just women, but like with everything going on in our culture right now and everybody, in my opinion, everybody being segregated into something. If it's not race, it's gender. If it's not gender, it's sexuality. If it's not sexuality, it's religion, right? The list could go on and on and on. And everybody's fighting for what they want. But if we would just be who we are, why do we have to fight it? Why do we have to fight it?
Exactly.
Who cares?
Like, what is it to you? Like,
why
not affecting your life at all.
Why are we constantly fighting it? And the thing is, even with something like virginity, why are we fighting the idea of that? Like, this is going to sound bad. Just FYI, I'm forewarning, foreshadowing. But you know, in other countries, when a girl gets her period, they have babies. Tribes. I'm not saying at all that child pedophilia or anything like that is right. But what I'm saying is where do we decide as a society, that, okay, it's no longer when you get your period, it's now when you're 18 or when you're 21 or whatever, you know? Where did that come from? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe it could have like something to do with like psychologically, maybe psychologically you're not, like, you know how they say men are emotionally mature later than women, like, or mature, whatever the case is. I think it also has to do with like a woman too. Like when you first get your period, that could be like 9 years old, you know? So I guess like obviously at that age, you're not emotionally mature, but like I was saying before, like what's the difference between 16 and 18? Too, you know, when I lost my virginity versus 18 years old, I still don't think that 18-year-olds are emotionally ready to have sex at all. Imagine you at 18, like me at 18, Andy at 18. I was having sex all the time. Like we were just like always having sex. And now, like after I had my daughter, like I I don't have that drive anymore. Like, it's just different.
Really?
You know, so it's just, yeah, it really is. It really is. I don't know. And it like, it obviously sucks for him, but like for me, my mind is everywhere right now. Like my daughter, I'm finishing school, the podcast, just a lot of different responsibilities.
Do you think that's though because, and I don't really know your life, so I'm just coming out here saying this, but like for me, right, I feel like what held me back, not held me back, but what changed the dynamic of my life is that I decided to change course, right, and kind of focus on my writing and my podcast, and that was like what now, like 5-6 years ago. So versus if I had stayed in the relationship that I was in and I had had a child and started doing that, I'd put, in a sense, me on the back burner.
Absolutely.
So I feel like maybe that feeling you're getting is because you just have put yourself on the back burner.
I think so too. You're absolutely, like, that's what if I went to therapy right now, that's what my therapist would say. Like, absolutely.
Well,
1000%.
I'm in therapy, so you're welcome. I pay $200 a month for it. No, just kidding.
Send me a bill. But no, totally, 100%. Like, I know this, and like I say it to myself all the time. I'm like, you need more self-care. Like, you need to do something for you. And honestly, like, this podcast has 1000% helped with that. Just being able to come on here and like do something else, get away from the chaos of the house, you know?
Yeah.
And definitely, like, I played this mother role for such, like, when I was so young. I was 21 when I found out that I was pregnant. Wow. And 22 when I had my daughter. No, 22 throughout my pregnancy, and then when I turned 23. Like,
so you're still a baby. So you're only what, 26?
27.
27. And Andy, how old are you?
26.
Okay, so let me tell you something that y'all are going to learn. When you hit 30, you think you are sexual now. Just wait till you hit fucking 30.
Yeah? All right, so there's still hope for me?
Really?
Girl, lots of hope. Even more. Honestly, I feel like, well, now that I'm older, I actually fuck younger dudes.
Okay.
The older dudes can't have sex multiple times. I can keep going.
All right.
You know, like, no, and also by the time I was 30, I was so more liberated with my body. I didn't worry. I felt more comfortable. I didn't care as much about things that happen, right? And also, I'm over the fact, or at least at this point in my life right now, I'm over looking for love or whatever the fuck it is. I just want to have sex, right? So where I'm at, my life is different, obviously, than you guys. But yeah, like, I mean, you guys already found love. So, I mean, yeah, eventually you're going to be like, I just want food. And so, I mean, I went from never masturbating to masturbating all the time.
Wow. You know, that's crazy that you say that, because like, that's something that I just recently felt comfortable even talking about.
Masturbation.
Yeah. It was something that I was never, ever, I was like, no, I don't watch porn. What are you talking about? Like, at a party?
Girl, and I'm the one that all my friends, I've been telling, well, actually, so my one girlfriend who you would think from the outside is a prude, but is not, she's the one who was like, girl, you need to be double clicking that mouse. You need to go up and have fun. Like, even if you have a man, you need time to yourself. And so I started doing it, and then I started promoting it kind of in a sense. And then, you know, now it's like, for me, like, literally, I would be considered a porn addict. I think I said this in the last episode. I watch porn like every day because I masturbate every day. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, so what? It's just a fantasy. I'm not having sex with anyone. What am I supposed to do? I'm not. There's nobody I want to fuck. You need
that release. You need that release of that serotonin, girl. Release that serotonin.
Yep. So I told my one girlfriend, I said, girl, you need to get on it. Start having that release. Because she was like, oh, I'm angry and blah, blah, blah. And now she calls me. She's like, yeah, girl, sorry I was late for our phone call. I was masturbating. Like, yes.
Yeah, that's totally a like form of self-care. Like, you have to take care of yourself. And even if you're in a relationship, like, you might not like want to have sex that week or something, or you know, you're just like overwhelmed with life and you don't want to have sex, you just want that release. Like, that's so important. I feel like, you know, your body needs it, your brain needs it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that that's something, and I think that it's weird that we feel so odd as women talking about it.
I know.
Because, I mean, our clit is amazing. Hello. Like, I just want to know how many women don't really know about their clit. They might not. I don't know. I was always experimenting with myself since I can remember. I mean, I was watching the porn that was still scrambled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I saw a tit. Hey, I'm big in here.
So relatable. I feel like flipping through the channel. I was like, wait, what was that?
Yeah, that
I think I saw something.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Let me go see what I could decipher before my mom walks in.
And see, that's the thing is, I was always so interested on sex, but being a virgin was like, ooh, I'm a princess. I'm perfect. Like, you're gonna love me. Like, I was definitely influenced by like all the bullshit Disney shit. You know, like, I definitely find that one of my issues is I like, and nothing's ever good enough for me. What do I really expect from a spouse or a partner, right? Like, I want all these things, but what is it that's really ultimately going to make me happy? It's because I want this perfection of this guy that romance and candles and ooh, baby,
and
I love
it's
you
like,
way.
When you have like half of those things, then you're like, all right, but you're still not exceeding my expectations. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's like trouble that I give my fiance. Like, I feel bad most of the time because I'm like, I'm expecting you to be this way. But then like the other part of me, like the really small selfish part is like, but I know what I deserve. You know what I mean? Like, you just expect something.
Yeah.
But there's a line that needs to be drawn at a certain point.
I think what I learned from my most recent friendship, relationship, whatever, is that you sometimes have to look at yourself and realize that, yeah, do I deserve all these things? Yes, but am I really giving, real talk, this other person everything they deserve themselves? Because let's be, at the end of the day, like, what the fuck do they want? I mean, right? Like, the person who, one person might, you know, he might want that you just to do your hair, makeup, little things like that, but that makes him feel good. But if you are like, well, bitch, I'm fine the way I am, da 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 da, and he's cool with it, but that's not what he wants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. I honestly, like, that just made me feel so selfish because now I'm like, damn. All right, I'm gonna go upstairs and be like, what do you want? let's write a list to each other. What do you want? Because now I feel like shit.
We are selfish. Like, people need to stop fucking faking. Okay?
Totally.
We're selfish. People are selfish. People are racist. Sorry, guys. Everybody is downright racist at some point. Because guess what? That's how minds work. I mean, you know, it's like, I feel like people are sexist. People are everything. That's why we need to, I feel like even in relationships, the biggest thing that I take from my experience is like, I keep saying I want this honest, this friend, all this stuff, and it's like I've gotten very, very close to that, but in the end, what ended up upsetting me was really something I wasn't working on myself with. I look back now and I say, oh shit, like, with my ex of 8 years, like, I was just the whole time trying to be who he wanted me to be, or who I thought he wanted me to be. I mean, really, that's what I do, because I'm trying to constantly please, but that is my problem. That's not their problem, right? That's my problem for thinking I need to change myself for them to love me.
Right. Totally.
I know. I've been in therapy way too much, guys.
Your therapist would be so proud of you right now.
I know. Well, she actually is like, you know, I know a lot of people, and like, your willpower and stuff, she's like, I'm very surprised at how good you're doing. I'm like, thanks. You know, I'm like, thank you. She's like, most people can't look at themselves, but like, I've always tried to look at myself, but the truth is I think I look at myself and I'm still lying to myself.
Absolutely. There's definitely something I have to work on, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that's normal. I feel like if you don't have anything you have to work on, then there's something wrong.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andy, you've been quiet. What are you conjugating in that brain of yours?
Sorry, I talk a lot when I start smoking and drinking.
No, you're fine.
No, I'm listening. Trying to think what part.
You're like, where do I start?
It's funny.
First of all, Janisa, shut the fuck up. All right, I'm sorry.
A couple hours ago, I was actually just talking to somebody about how it didn't start out. Sorry, hold on. The other day, I was talking to my friend about a similar topic, kind of like this, and it was about me being curious as to, like, when I do have kids, if I do have kids, what is going to be really strange for me to understand what they're doing. Like, for example, I think a lot of us this age now tend to be more open, more emotional, and more in tune with who they are as a person, whereas, like, my parents or their parents, you know, are not like that. And it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of trickles down into, like, the pedestal that you put virginity on. And I think that's definitely something that was, you know, the word virginity was very taboo, and it was also very Disney-fied, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And princesses and that whole, like, you need to be swept off your feet by this Prince Charming and accept nothing less, like, you know, from a man, and until you find this cookie cutter of a person that's gonna, you know, treat you like the queen that you are. And then you get older and you realize, hey, that's not really the case. And I'm not too sure where I'm going with this, but it's just interesting to see how, you know, the world is evolving, because I don't really feel that even people at 15, 16 now really put the virginity thing on, like, such a high pedestal, you know, as well as needing, like, this like having their expectations so high, unrealistically high. And now I think we're a lot more grounded with what to expect, what we want, and things shouldn't hold that much weight. Like your virginity, it's really not that big of a deal, you know? And
I agree.
There's a lot of pressure that comes with putting it so high when really, like,
but you don't think there's pressure with, like, so, like, the things now, right? I had a conversation with an 18-year-old recently, and they feel pressure because of the porn that they see and the sex. So they feel pressure to have sex that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, we feel pressure no matter what. Honestly, I agree. I understand what you're saying, but I do feel like because of social media, we actually are influenced more than ever. And that because of that, virginity itself, the idea of being a virgin, is a joke.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that definitely it's considered like a joke right now, and I think it's because of the extent that people are willing to go to disregard virginity. Like, but I think mostly what Andy's saying is, like, I think with virginity, okay, the first time that you lose it, okay, you lose it, but then after that, it's more of like experiences. And also, how are you supposed to know what you like if you don't experience things? You have to be married to someone until the day that you die. But what if they suck at sex? Like, what if their dick is small? You know what I mean?
What if they have a belly button penis? Oh my God,
that's
like a belly button penis.
Like, what if, like, I've always, like, thought of the scenario of, like, you say you, like, go home with some guy you met at the bar and you guys are drunk and you're, like, really looking forward to it, and you both get naked. And oh my God, and
disappointed.
It's a belly button.
Uneventful.
What do you do? It's too late.
I didn't
like, have he's seen you naked.
It's never too late. It is never too late. You get the fuck up and you walk the fuck out. I did it.
That's what consent is. You could say no whenever you want, girl.
Oh my God.
Is what, no, I swear to you, this one time, this guy, I was like, nope, too small, bye. Only time I stayed for one that was like, was because one, he was just so gorgeous. Like, I was like, I'll just have sex. And then he ate pussy, so duh. And then after we had sex and he ate my pussy, he was a singer. Like, he was like this amazing singer, and he had a guitar, this whole setup in his house. And so literally, he sung to me afterwards, and I was like, I will always remember this. I don't give a fuck. I'm glad I came over. Because I had asked him, because this is what I do, right? So on my dating apps, I'll be like, yo, like, can you send me, like, a dick pic? And guys, like, think it's a joke. But I'm like, no, I'm serious. If I'm just going to fuck you, I want to know what I'm working with, right?
Right. Oh, I never thought of that. Like, yes. Well, obviously, I've never thought of that. I've never
but yeah, girl, and I don't.
For people doing that, I've never heard anyone say that.
I know, it's like girls don't like dick pics. I'm like, yes, I do. I have a whole collage. I have masturbation videos. I make sure to test them out before I even see them. But I was like, shit, now I was going to say the dick pic. I got all excited about dick pics. I got totally lost. What was I talking about? Something about dick pics. Fuck, this is why I can't smoke.
Like, you asked them to send you dick pics.
Oh, yeah, I asked them to send me dick. Oh, okay, so I asked this guy to send me a dick pic. And instead, he sends me a video of him, and he's like, hey, so I guess this is what you want? Like, I'm real. Like, no, bitch, I said dick pic. But I still went and saw him because he was hot. It ended up working out. But his dick was, if I had looked at his dick first, I would have been like, nah, that's okay.
Wow. But then he sung to you.
Then he sung to me. But that's like
you would have never experienced.
It's like a rare fucking occasion, though. Let's be honest, right? Like, I mean, how many guys, well, actually, I've had 2 guys now sing to me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I have some really weird stories.
I would fall in love. I don't know.
Yeah, seriously.
And he was so beautiful. I mean, one of the other most beautiful men that I've ever fucked. He could not fuck. He literally would be like, I'm in, and bust. Like, the most sweetest guy. I don't even think that his dick was a bad size. I just never saw it hard. Yeah. I tried so many times. I tried to get him drunk. Nothing worked. Nothing worked for him. And then I ended up like trying to just friend zone him because I thought he was sweet, but like I could tell like he was kind of I'm like
in love. All right.
Yeah. And so I said to him, oh, I just met somebody who looks just like you. I think I'm gonna fuck him. I never heard from him again after that one.
He was like, oh no.
He was like, this whore.
This bitch is crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? But I have so many Tinder stories, it's ridiculous. I've been
That's
doing it.
A whole episode.
Girl, it's a whole season. I have a day. I mean, I probably went on over 200 Tinder dates.
Wow.
Because when I first moved to LA, I didn't have no money, so I just needed me a dinner. And I have no problem saying that. I would
get your free food, girl.
And like one time this guy, we went out and he totally tricked me. First off, he was short as hell and he was like skinny as hell. So I was like feeling like I was like towering over him, right? So we go and like he takes me to this bar and I'm just like, God, he's so boring. Like, and I hate it because I already talk a lot. I need somebody who can at least conversate with me or like I feel like really weird. So so he was like, he's so boring. And then I text my friend and I'm like, I need to get out of here. Can you like send me a text, say something happened? So she like sends me this text and she's like, oh my God, Sean's in the hospital because he drank too much. He got alcohol poisoning. So I'm like, oh my God, my friend's got alcohol poisoning. And I don't know what happened, but by the time she got to like the end of the story, I had been 3 drinks in. So now he's not as boring, right? Now I'm like, wait a second. And he's like, let me just buy you one more drink before you go to the hospital. So I'm like, okay, sure. So I get the one more drink. At the time, I, find my friends on your iPhone. My friend still had my location. So she decides to show up with Sean, the person that's supposed to be in the hospital, right?
Oh my God.
And her and Sean are standing there drinking. He's also supposed to be in the hospital because he had alcohol poisoning. And the dude's like, wow, like, isn't he supposed to be in the hospital? I'm like, yeah, he like came back real quick. They pumped his stomach, is good to go.
And he's back at the bar.
Yo, what? That's insane. She was like, I gotta go check, make sure this girl isn't dead in the bathroom. Showed up with the guy with alcohol poisoning.
Exactly. And then I had to ditch this other guy on Valentine's Day. Straight ditched him on Valentine's Day. And I had these girls pretended to be sick in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
So I pretended to help the one girl, and her best friend went out and was like, look, she's just so drunk and she really likes your friend. Your friend said just to call her later.
Oh my God.
He definitely knew that was bullshit.
Yeah, that was like yeah,
I guess I gotta pay the bill too.
He texted me something like, yeah, that was some petty shit. I was like, well, I tried to tell you multiple times. This was literally this Valentine's Day. That's how petty I am. I'm 32 and still doing this. Whoops. But all right, guys, we're actually about to close up. So go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you and your podcast.
Yes. Okay, so we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Where else, Andy?
And what's the handle?
Anywhere that you can find a podcast. It's Sorry for What?
Sorry for what?
Sorry for what?
Sorry
Where did you come up with that?
Originally, we were gonna do Blunt Broads.
I love that.
Like, I was supposed to like smoke some weed, and it was gonna have like a little subliminal message to that.
Okay.
But then we went on like all these like social media pages, and we found out that somebody already had that podcast. And they were like still posting. So then I don't even know. We were just like sorry, not sorry. And then we're like, wait, sorry for what? Like, we're not sorry. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you for coming on PooseBoss. It was great having you. And I can't wait to, share this with everybody. So guys, make sure to tune into their podcast. Support ladies. Let's go. And as always, guys, remember to keep patting that puss. Awesome.
That was so much fun, and I'm like drunk, so